Hey everybody, it's Emily from Life So Savory, and today we are going to be creating two super fun and super easy projects with the Brother Sublimation printer. We're going to make some quick gifts for a Christmas party that we're going to tonight, and then I'm going to make ornaments for my kids, and I like to give them a new ornament every year, something to sort of remember the year by or remember what they were doing that year. And we're going to design those right in Artspira. So I would love for you to say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what's going on with you today. It's a very dreary, cloudy day here in California, I wish, I guess. Cloudy day here in Colorado. And you can tell it's kind of dark and gloomy in here. I wonder if I should bump this up just a little bit more. But we are trying to stay excited and get ready for, we've got so many fun things going on this week. And this will be my last Wednesday live show until January. But I do want to remind you that next Thursday, I don't even know what the date is, I will be on at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, doing a live show on the Brother Facebook page. So on the Brother Sews page, we will be talking about making ornaments on your embroidery machine, as well as some other fun Christmas ornament projects that you can make. So don't miss that. It's going to be a great last minute Christmas live show, but I will not be on Wednesday on my own channel because we will be, I'm going to be hosting a little Christmas get together for my daughter here. And, just they'll be out of school. Okay. So it will be busy. So this is my last live show until January on Life So Savory, but make sure you catch me next week on Thursday. I don't even know what the date is. What's a week from? Is it the 20th, the Thursday? I think it's maybe the 20th. Catch me live on the Brother Facebook page, and it will be fun and a great project. So thank you for joining me. We are going to be making two things today. So I've been working on, let me just grab one. I've been working on teacher gifts. Now, I know that I personally like to do a homemade thing and combine it with a gift card, because who doesn't like actual gift cards? But then I kind of like to do some homemade things as well. So this is what I've been working on, and we're going to do something similar to that. Oh, goodness. This camera is tricky. Let me see if I can just make it focus. Okay. So I've been making these cool glass tumblers using the sublimation printer and doing sublimation on glass. And it is, you guys, it's so beautiful and it's so fun. So these cups are really cute. They come with a straw. It has a bamboo lid. It's glass. And this is a sublimation blank from Amazon. So you can buy that. And then, so I bought some that were the clear. And then I bought some that were the frosted. And honestly, I like the clear, but the frosted does, because it's sort of the white background, does show the sublimation. You're able to use lighter colors. Like, so on the clear ones, I was only able to do the dark ones. And this is our school, my kids' school logo, at least the K-8 kids. And so I'm giving these to some of the teachers. I think they kind of look girly, so I'm actually only giving them to the girl teachers. And we'll just bump up the gift card a little bit for the male teachers. But we're going to create one of these two of these for tonight, where my daughter is going to a Christmas party for the girls group that she's in at our church. And it is called Vessels. And so I've printed on sublimation paper the title, and you can see that it looks backwards. And that's because when we wrap it around the glass, then it's going on forward. And so we're going to create two gifts today. One for the leader of the program, who's my really good friend, and the other one for her actual small group leader. And we have the Christmas party for that tonight, so she can gift these as presents. Okay, so we're going to make that, as well as I have sublimation blank little ornament things here. And I'm going to, this is my first time ever doing it on these wooden blanks. So I have pre-tried this project. I have not pre-tried this part of the project. So if it's a fail, don't blame me. But we have these white sublimation blanks over wood. So they've put like a little surface over the wood so that the sublimation sticks to it. It has a clear protective covering on it. So that is what I meant to pick that off before I went live, but of course I didn't. Okay. So we're going to be creating those two projects. The files for these, I'm going to create from scratch. And then you can already see I've printed the files for these. So we're going to kind of go back and forth between the two projects. And yeah, so I would love to know if you do any sort of ornament tradition or anything with your kids or your family. I usually like to do a homemade ornament that I sort of mass produce. And then I do something specific for the kids. And I've just gone to the store before and simply picked out a meaningful ornament. But when I was there looking, the ornaments were all huge. And I just was looking for something small. So the kids each have a Christmas tree in their room. The boys share one, and then Rose has a smaller one. And so we like to have ornaments that they can sort of hang on that tree, and then also hopefully something they could take with them in the future. Okay, so we're going to start. I'm going to actually switch over. I have a camera here on the side so you can get a better look at both the printer and my heat press for the sublimation. So I'm going to give you a close-up look at that. We're going to start with the mug press and try this. This is a little bigger than the ones I was doing, but I think it's going to be great. So I'm going to cut these apart. And then I'm going to switch the camera over so that you can kind of see up close as I'm doing. And again, you try not to touch the ink on the sublimation paper. Okay, so I'm going to switch the camera over so you get a better view of what I'm doing. Okay, and you also see my back because I have that on there. All right, so I've already pre-printed, like I said, these papers, and they are going to go around the blank, and they don't go all the way around, and that's okay. I didn't want it to be like a full one. You'd have to print it the long way on the paper if you do want it to be full. I just did it the short way on the paper, and that's fine because you can see on these, you can't even read the word. So you wouldn't necessarily want it to be all the way around because it makes it more difficult. All right. So we're going to do that, and then I'll pull over the heat press. Now, one tip I've already discovered using this is you can reuse your heat tape. So you have to use heat resistant tape. Trying to see if I can make sure this is straight on the jar. We don't want it to be crooked. So you have to use heat resistant tape. My mug press or my tumbler press came with this roll, and I actually think this will last me a long time. But you want to make sure that your paper is tightly attached to the glass. Okay, so I on all the ones I made yesterday, I made like 12 for the school ones. I just put one piece and then I sort of fully tightened it around, and then I just put another piece on the other side. If you're worried, you can of course tape the top and the bottom too. Okay, you could do up here, you could do down here. This doesn't feel as tight as I want it. All right, and then we have the paper taped on. I'm going to do the other one real quick while we're in taping mode, just so we have them both taped. And then while we're doing the heat press, because it takes a little bit of time with the tumbler press, we will start designing the ornaments for my kids. So I've been trying to think like what I'm going to do. My son is playing high school basketball, so it's his first year in high school. So I definitely think I will be doing him one with a basketball. But as far as the other kids, I'm really not sure. We'll have to see what files, the design files are in Artspira, and see if I'm inspired by any of those. Okay, so I'm going to cut this tape. Like you saw, I had stuck these pieces of tape that I'd used yesterday, and I reuse these. Okay, so when they come out, I just use them again and put them on there. All right, so we have these two presses on there. I know, it's fun to have these machines. And this printer is actually super affordably priced for a sublimation printer and has been really fun. The color is amazing. The quality of what's coming out has been beautiful, and it's just been a great addition to my crafting space. All right, so we're gonna get rid of the things. Now, all the information that I've read and when I was trying yesterday and the instructions that came with the heat press said not to heat it up until you have the mug or the tumbler in place. Okay, so this is a tumbler press. It's cold. I haven't had it on today. So it's a circle, and you can actually do mugs because the handle you can see can stick out here. You can loosen or tighten it here for different size dimensions. And if you're not going all the way around, then you do have to rotate it once. But like I said, these, I think, yep, it will cover the whole printed area. So it gets pretty close. There's maybe an inch on this that's not covered because of the circumference of this jar. So obviously if you were using a fatter one, which you can totally do in here, you would have more space to deal with. So this, you can tighten these down to make this smaller or bigger, and that's how you adjust the size on the heat press, okay? When I turn it on, I will show you some of the features of it. These gloves came with it, so you don't burn yourself. And then I have to, let me grab my heat mat over here. So when it comes out, they're really hot. So you want to make sure you have a heat resistant place to put these. So I'm going to stick this up here, and then we can put them up on there. All right, so we're going to put one in. I'm going to make sure that the text is covered down there. We're going to wrap it around. Then I'm going to turn it on. And this has 4 programmable places. So I have already programmed number 1 to be at 350 for 130 seconds. So once I turn it on, I push 1 and it will heat up to 350 degrees. And then once it's heated up, then I hit the enter button and the countdown begins. So it doesn't automatically do the countdown, but once it's heated up, it will. So it was very clear about making sure that you don't preheat it without something in, which is very unlike maybe your other heat press that you're more used to, because those I feel like you always preheat them. But let's take a look at some fun things on Artspira while we're waiting to see if we can create something fun for the kids for Christmas. All right, so now, of course, it's too bright. Got to lower it down so we can see. So we're going to do the design editor. We're going to just leave it on portrait. I'm going to make hopefully 3 small things, and we're going to grab some printing data, and let's look at logos. Okay, so we're going to search for, let's see, basketball, because I know I want to do one with basketball. Okay, so it looks like, what does that one say? It says basketball. Okay, so we can use that. Okay, now this is not very big. Okay, you can see this is actually pretty tiny. So I need to make my size maybe 2 by 3, no larger than 2 by 3. So we want to make sure that we've resized things nice and small. And the nice thing is you can actually, where is it? If I go to size, it will tell me exactly how tall it is. So right now it's 1 inch by just over 1 inch wide. So that's fine. Okay. And then next to it, we're going to put Jack T. I think for the next line, I'll do separate, change the font to something just a little bit more less scripty. Maybe we'll do this one. Okay, Jack T. And then I'm going to put the year because we always want the year. Okay, so we'll go to numbers 20, 23. The heat press is still heating up. It's at 3:05, so we're just going to leave it in there. It will get faster, of course, as we do more for the second one because it's already warm. Okay, so we're resizing. I'm going to put that under there. All right, so now we have, it says Jack T 2023, and it has a little basketball. Okay, and that is going to be the number 1 we're going to put on there. All right. So now we're going to go to printing data again, and I'm going to see if there's something for gymnastics because Rose loves gymnastics. Nothing yet. Okay. So let's go to logo, see, and nothing. Okay. Oh, okay. So now this is beeping at me, and now I'm going to hit enter, and it will start the countdown from 130 seconds. I'm going to put in drum for Max because he's playing drums this year. Okay, so we've got a couple different, I don't know if I want that little more tribal drum on there. Let's go to illustration and see. So you just have to kind of play around and see what, oh, it's the same things. What's this say? Drum kit for the best sound. I don't think I want that. What else can I put for Rose? Well, while I'm thinking of that, let me just do their names. So we have Rose. Okay, and that looks like a pretty good size for her. And then I'm going to add the date. I'm listening for the beep of my other thing. Ooh, a music note. That's a good idea. You guys are so helpful. Okay, so Rose 2023. He also loves basketball, but I was just kind of, I feel like there should be more. I'm sure there's more basketballs actually. So I might just be looking in the wrong thing. That was illustration. If I go back to logo, because I've used more basketballs. Huh. There were like regular round ones, but we could do this background. This is cute. So we could do this for Max. Okay, so it's this. We'll just use this whole basketball thing. If I look at the size, it's 3x3. I'll just cut it. Okay, putting that to the side. Putting on a heat glove. Let me turn this up so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, putting on a heat glove. I'm going to open it without a heat glove. And then, oh, I put the lid on. Whoops. You're supposed to take the lid off, but hopefully I didn't ruin anything. Okay. Also, these are the gloves that came with it, and they actually melt. There's a little purple on there. I'll show you in a minute. I'm like, something is not right if the gloves are melting. They do protect my hand, but they do seem to melt. So I'm not really impressed with that part of this glove. However, it's protecting my hand, and I'm able to scrub off it doesn't ruin my cup. I'm able to scrub it off. So I don't know. All right, putting the second one in, closing it down, turning it on, pressing the one again, and now it's starting at 338 degrees. So it will go much quicker this time. Oh, take the lid off. You guys are so good. I'm like, yesterday I didn't do this once. I took the lid off every time, and I did like 10 of these, but you know what's happening is I'm like busy talking and I don't always think. Okay, so starting at 340. All right, so back over here. I'm going to reduce this a little bit. It's 288, so that's good. I'll trim a little bit off the top and the bottom, but I can just go ahead and cut that later. Oh, it's already heated up, so we're going to go ahead and hit enter. Okay, so now we can add Max. Change the font. And I'm going to make his name a little bit bigger because the basketballs on the background kind of are the graphic, so it doesn't need to go next to it. Change the font. Okay. So this gives me space to trim the top and the bottom of that basketball graphic to fit on the thing. Oh, Rose, what should I put on hers? And actually, I'm not sure because I absolutely have, we could, see the other thing is you can add a photo. So you can literally go through and like, I don't have any photos, so this is my iPad, but you could upload like a picture of her face or a picture of you together and it will print out the picture, which I love that it does the printer or the picture. Maybe I'll just do, oh, I'm going to do a fish. We got a new fish. Okay, that's a cute one right there. Doesn't look like hers. Hers is red, but I love, it's cute. So we had fish for years, and then we recently didn't have fish, and then we got another fish, and so we have one. So that will be cute. That will remind her of the year. So we have one for Jack, one for Rose, one for Max. So we're going to hit done. I don't really need to save these. It reverses it for you as soon as I push done. I cannot tell you how much I love that feature, that I don't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so we're taking a pause on that. Try the other glove. Maybe it's not quite so melty. Give you a little close up here. Okay, so you're going to turn it off, and we're going to open it up and go ahead and grab it out. And I'm putting it up on my cooling surface. And then this is off, but still very hot. So we want to make sure that we don't really touch that. All right, so I will actually, while I have this glove on, remove the paper on the first one that we did because it's cooled off a little bit. Oh my goodness, such a mess of the glove. It's literally melting everywhere. I don't know if you can see it, but look at on the paper here. Totally melted. So I'm gonna have to scrub that off. Now, I can see here that it a little bit didn't get hot on the edge, right? So you can see that I didn't quite get it completely around. Hopefully the second one I did. And I should have just rotated it a little bit different into my thing, but it looks so cute and the colors are amazing except for all the pink mess that's on there. I'm gonna have to get some different heat gloves. Not impressed with that. I'm loving the heat press, not loving the heat gloves. Okay, so let's take this one off. This one moved when I took it out, so hopefully it didn't smear. Okay, so this one, yep, it also didn't quite get on there. So I'm actually going to, when I'm done here, I will put this back on and you can actually line it up exactly the way it was and repress it. And I know I am going to let them know the gloves melt. I've had these kind of gloves before for like, you know, straight irons and stuff for your hair, and they've never melted. I just think it's weird because it does leave plastic on there. But okay, so I'm going to repress this so I make sure I get the edge of the S, and you can go back and do fixes. And that's kind of the fun part of this is it's not like it's a one and done. So I can re-glue it on or re-tape it on, and then I'll do the edge again. Okay, so I'm going to do that. They're still pretty warm. So I will do that later after we are finished. But we're first going to go and do the second project, okay? So I'm going to hit print, make sure this is awake. Hopefully it sends it. I will say that I've had, I don't know. Okay, we're going to go back. Oh no. I just deleted it, you guys. All right. I'm not going to waste your time recreating that. I have other ornaments, blanks. We're going to do, oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to do one of these on the ornament just for the sake of time. I will go back and recreate those later. I've already pre-printed these. My daughter is going to make these for her classmates for Christmas. It's just a little school logo. It says Christmas 2023, and then she can give those out at school. So I'm going to show you how to do it, and you can pretend that it worked on here for me, and I didn't just hit delete after saying, I don't need to save this. Okay, Emily, always need to save it. Always need to save it. All right, we're going to remove this. Nope, I'm going to just move these because I need to use this. Okay, so I'm moving the heat press. Sorry, I need to use this pressing mat to press the ornament. Okay, right? Okay, so we have the ornament blank. We're going to put it, where can you see it? Here. Okay, and then we're going to put this face down in what we hope is the center on there. And then we're going to press it. And of course, I didn't heat up my other heat press because there's too many things plugged in right now around here. So you want a flat surface. Of course, you can use an iron, but if you have a heat press, it's going to just give a flatter, more even heat. We're going to heat this up to 350. And the one thing I am going to check on here, so we can go to my creation design editor, done. I'm just going to put something in because what I want to check is the heat settings. So there's a heat guide right here, and I'm going to use that to know, because I haven't done this sort of surface before, how long should I actually do it? And okay, there it goes. So hard material, it is like a tile, I would say. 340 for 180 seconds. So yeah, that's the thing about this is you usually are pressing them for a little bit longer. So 340, I'm going to just lower this just a little bit. And the time we'll put to 180. Of course, if you have like an actual press that you push down, that's going to be easier. Thankfully, this does have a timer, so I can not have to count to 180 seconds because that's not always easy either. That's a big counting. All right, so again, we have the ornament blank right here. Okay, it's double-sided, so you actually could do both sides. It comes with this covering protective film. I didn't peel the back side because we're going to do a single side, but actually what I really could do for the kids is do their name on one side and then a picture or something on the back that represents them. That would be fun too. So I'll take off this backing, but I'm going to have to redo my kids' ornaments. Maybe we should just do it. I don't know. What do you think? Should I just remake those? think it'd be more fun than making this school one. Okay, done. I thought for sure I could go back after not saving it. I'm going to turn this down so you can see. Okay, I'm going to try, I'm going to do their names with the date. On one side. And then we're going to put an emblem or something on the other side. Okay, so we're going to try that. And the date, you can see I'm not doing it because I'm actually just going to type it in once. And then I'm going to duplicate it, which is so easy. We'll do 3 different fonts just because that's fun. Okay. And then we can go ahead and add 2023. Done. Change it. Something simple. Resize it. And then I can go to change. Nope. Maybe I can't duplicate the font. On the pictures, you can duplicate it. Oh, well, it's not letting me. All right, so we'll just type it in every time. Okay, go. I thought for sure I could change it. Okay, we'll just do something. I'm doing something just a little bit different on each one. So you can see it just gives it a little bit of different flair. Okay. Let's see there. Move that over, move that down. All right, so now let's add in 3 graphics over here, and then we're going to do them one on each side. So we're going to go again to printing. We're going to go logo. We're going to try basketball. See what we come up with. Okay, so we have this one. We know we want that. Can resize it just a little bit, but I actually maybe I'm going to leave it pretty big so it can fill the whole back of this, right? I can trim it to be the right size, and I can fill that. Okay, so we're going to add printing data, logo. Let's see, what do we have? Fish. And you know what I was thinking? I didn't try changing the color. I should be able to change the color, and then she can have a red fish. Okay, so we're going to put this up here. We're going to make it bigger now because it's going to be on the whole back, so I can see the size. 1.5 by 2.5, so that's perfect. And you can go to Effect, and I can look at all these different fishy colors I can change it to. So fortunately, there's none that's just red, so we probably will just leave it. And then let's see. Okay. Oops. One more. We're going to pick basketball fly. I seriously don't know where those other basketballs are. I'll show you what I'm talking about, but this will be fine. We'll leave it nice and big. I'm going to check the size. 2.5 by 3, that's too tall, so we need to reduce it a little bit. 206, just over 2, that should be fine, by 2.5. Okay. All right, so okay, now we're going to save because I don't want to do this again. All right, and now we're going to come over here to the printer, and we're going to hope that it will print. Like I said, I have not had I've loved this machine, except for that sometimes it doesn't transfer the data right away and it says like print error. And if I keep going, then it does it again. So I don't really know. It's kind of odd to me. We'll see. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi. I'm guessing it's my Wi-Fi. I don't know if anyone else has this printer and anyone else had this issue. I'm going to turn it off, actually, and turn it back on. So we'll see if that helps. So yeah, I don't know if it's on my end or their end, but it always goes. It just takes me a few tries, and obviously it's not a big deal, but in this sort of circumstance, when I'm trying to show you something, so you just have to wait for the Wi-Fi to connect. I can see that it's off on here, and okay, now it's back on. I'm going to hit the print. Goodness. I don't know. Well, what's it say? See details. It's a login fail? Huh. All right. Well, let me go back. Let me close my app. I have saved this now. So we're going to close the app, close all the apps on there. We're going to reopen it. Then we should be able to just grab it right away. It appears I'm logged in. Sometimes it does ask me to re-log in, but it's not. My creations, there it is. Done. Print. Well, on my phone, it was seriously doing it. No problem. If I go back, cancel, everything's in here. Okay, let me just grab my phone because it saves the files between the accounts. I just like showing you on I like showing you on the bigger screen, but okay, so my creations. Oh, now it wants me to log in again. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm going between the two devices. You know, is there any rhyme or reason to electronics and the way they go? All right, so you can see, so you have an account. It does actually save between the two, which is nice. Done, print. Oh, man. I seriously printed this morning. This is going to, oh, there it goes. Okay. I don't know. Doesn't like my iPad. Doesn't like my phone. Doesn't like me logging in between the two devices. I don't know what it is. There's no rhyme or reason. Well, maybe there is. I have not figured it out yet. All right. So now I'm going to peel off the back of these because we're going to do this double-sided. Right. We're going to do the two things. Okay, so I'm peeling this off. I made my daughter do all the ones that she was going to give to her classmates. You can peel all these. It's a little bit time consuming, so I had her do it. All right, so we can now lay these all out and press them at the same time. Okay, so we don't have to wait and do it 3 different times because they're all going to fit. So we'll lay it out. I'll move the camera so you can see in a minute. And then we'll do the 3 on one side, then we'll flip it over and do the 3 on the other side, and hopefully it's successful. And then you can say, yay, I'm inspired, and I'm gonna make some of these fun, easy projects. So both of the glass blanks and the ornament blanks I bought off of Amazon. There's tons of options. I don't know if anyone is better or worse than another, or as far as like the pricing, I don't know like if it really is a big difference, or they're all great. So anyway, I haven't really played around with that. Like I said, I've just been doing this. So, okay. So we're going to put that one on. Oops. Thankfully, you can kind of see through the paper, so you can know if it's lined up. You can also feel and see that it's on the paper and not over the hole. I'm going to put this so they're all on a flat surface, and then we're going to go hopefully straight down, not moving. I maybe should have put some tape, but I don't really know what I would tape it to, since it's kind of going over the edge. So something for me to think about. All right, so now we just wait here for 180 seconds and we just let this press. So yeah, we can talk about all kinds of good things, but let me remind you, this is my last live show on this channel until January. And then of course I will be back, but next Thursday, I believe it is the 20th or the 21st, whatever Thursday is, I will be doing a live show on the Brother Sews Facebook page, making ornaments on the embroidery machine, as well as talking about some other fun ornament ideas. So you can check that out, and yeah, see that. I will not be on my channel next Wednesday because I will be having a bunch of girls over to the house for my daughter for a little Christmas party. But until then, I'm just going to see if I can leave this here and cut these while I'm waiting. Why not, right? Okay, so this we definitely know is too big. We're going to cut it down. I'm not sure if I need to cut it down or I can just place it over so it sort of does the whole thing. I might just try that. Let it do the whole thing. I've never used this for longer than like 40 seconds on something. So this 180-second thing seems like a really long time, which it is. That's 3 minutes, right, of pressing. So it takes a while. Maybe I will these are cooler now. I'll retape these on. Can you see this one? The glove made such a mess. I'm actually going to grab my magic eraser to get that off before I put it back in, because I don't want that getting all over my heat press. And these blanks say that they are dishwasher safe, but just to be aware that with the frosted glass, that sometimes that's not great to put into the dishwasher, but you can. All right, so now I have to see which one goes where. This one is just a little bit. Okay, ta-da, time for the reveal. Oh my goodness, it's so vivid and so hot. Not burning because it's not glass. So Lynn, this can't print on fabric, but you print on paper and then you iron it on fabric like this. Okay, I made this on there. I printed out this Merry Christmas. Then I ironed it on, or I heat pressed it on, and then it becomes part of the fabric, and you can wash this, and it's easy. So, but this printer, you print it on paper, and then you heat press the paper to whatever you want. Look at that. It's so dark, so vivid. It really looks amazing. It's a bit warm. I wonder if I should let it cool before I put it on the, I don't think it smudges. We're gonna flip it over. This one, a little bit crooked, but that's fine. He's a kid. I don't think he cares. I probably care way more. All right, so let's see. Max is getting the basketball. So we're gonna put it fully covering. Rose is getting the fish. So we're gonna put that one on hers. And Jack is getting this basketball. I'm just gonna trim it down because it makes it easier to not touch. These aren't hot anymore. And then, okay. So now we'll go up, go straight down, hit the timer, okay? Obviously, if you have one of those clamp presses, you can really make sure that you're getting it straight on. Now, I will say that the clear mugs are really easy to put back in because you can just look through from the back side. But actually, this one I can see on the inside. So I can line this up, take this tape off actually, using the inside of, if I look at the inside of the mug in here, I can see exactly where it lines up. And I want to make sure that it's lined up all the way around, right? And it is. So the clear ones are easier to reline up should you need to repress it. But the frosted, if you just look inside the mug, you can get a really good view of what's on there. Yes, so the Print Moda printer is the one that you can print directly onto the fabric. And I do not have that machine, okay? So there's two sort of new, well, there's many new things, but there's two sort of newer fabric crafter things. And these are the two, I'm looking inside this to see if it's lined up. This one is just, you can heat transfer. You can do it on fabric. You can do it on these. You can do it on glass. I made these adorable Christmas towels. Look at these. Using this is a free file from Art Spira. It says Merry Christmas and then Merry Christmas. Is that the same one? Oh, I had two different ones. Apparently I gave those away. All right, so this is all heat transfer and it is permanent. I've washed and dried the things that I've made on fabric and I haven't had any trouble with them coming off. It seems to weather the, oh, I got that one wet. Shoot. It seems to weather being used and being washed really well. So that's what this one is. But the Print Moda prints directly onto fabric and is an amazing machine as well. But two different machines. This one you can heat transfer to all kinds of surfaces, and that one is just printing directly onto fabric, although it does print on paper too. But this is special ink that then fuses into the fabric. So kind of two different things. All right, we're at 7 seconds, you guys, and then we're gonna do the big reveal and see the back side of these ornaments, and hopefully they are as awesome as the front side. Oh, I better get my heat gloves. I'm gonna burn myself. They wanted to come with me. Okay, so put on the heat glove, peel this off. Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness. Look at how amazing that is. It's so bright and shiny. It says Jack, it says basketball. This one, I'm going to need to use the magic eraser because some pink from the glove got on it when I touched it. But look at this one, the fish. So cute. Rose on the front. This one. Touch up. What is happening with this glove? Look at this one. I love it. So this is solid. So you can see, just put it in the middle, heat pressed over it, and it filled the whole thing. And I didn't even have to trim this. Okay, Lynn, yes. I've had some people ask about sublimation, so I didn't know how familiar you are, but you're probably more of an expert than I am. Okay, yay. All right, so we've got ornaments. We did it. We made glasses. I'm going to repress those mugs in a little bit. Sorry, let me just switch this over to the other camera to sign off. Okay, so we made the mugs. I'm going to put them back in the press for about 30 seconds to get that little bit on the corner. And then we made these ornaments and they turned out cute. I'm kind of afraid to touch them, although wood doesn't, keep the heat as long. And the double-sided actually turned out really fun. So I'm glad I tried that. And easy. So all these blanks you usually buy in like mass quantities. So if you're making several of something, it's really fun and pretty easy to be able to just do it. Once you've made one, you can go ahead and make several. So that's my show for today. Again, I will not be on Life So Savory next Wednesday, but I'll be on the Brother Sews Facebook page on Thursday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, which is my time zone, or 12 p.m. Eastern, which is where Angela is, and we'll be doing a fun show together. So I hope you'll join us then. I hope you're also having an awesome week of Christmas crafting, creating, and baking, and I wish you a very Merry Christmas. Bye.